sometimes, friends, in this wildly exaggerated, contrastive, comparative, co-creative experience in which you are all focused, there are things that are happening around you that you do not want to happen. People you love die. People starve in parts of the world. Your dear cat gets run over. All kinds of things that you would not choose if you felt you had every choice to make happen around you within your view of seeing them. And you cannot put your head in the sand. You cannot isolate yourself to some place where you are unaware. You want to be in the world. You want to use it as the creative platform. And so in order to survive in joy, you've got to find a way to be in charge of how you feel. You've got to show yourself that even with all of this happening, that you can focus in a way that makes you feel terrible, or you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible. And if you focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible, then you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible. And if you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible, you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible. Until before you know it, you don't feel so terrible. You even start to feel a little good. You even start to feel often good, really good, exaltedly good, irrationally good by the standards of those who are around you. You can train yourself into a vibration of such perfection that law of attraction will match you up only with those things that are a vibrational match to who you are. But you got to start somewhere. And most importantly, you must stop beating up on yourself for wherever you are, because wherever you are is just fine. It's only a temporary place and you can move from it. You've got to stop saying what I'm doing is inappropriate. You've got to stop beating up on yourself and feeling embarrassment about not having enough money, or about being too fat, or about not being able to control your bodily functions. You've got to stop beating up on yourself about where you are and start appreciating what is going well about where you are. If your new mantra is, I'm going to start beating the drum that feels better. I'm going to start making the best of things, making the best of things, making the best of things. Sometimes you make the worst of things, and you do it on purpose. And do you know why you do it? You make the worst of it because you don't like where you are, and you're complaining about where you are, and other people are seeing you where you are, and you think that you should explain how you got to where you are. So you keep making an exaggerated worst of things in order to explain why you're not in a better place. And we say, don't do that. Because when you make the worst of it, instead of moving from not feeling so good into a better and better and better and better and better feeling place, when you're making the worst of it, you're moving into a worse place. So something happens, you observe it, you take the hit, it doesn't feel good, and then you are embarrassed because you have negative emotion. Do you feel embarrassment when your gas tank indicator tells you that you're on empty? Or do you just go get some more gas? You don't condemn your indicator for telling you that you need more fuel. And we want you to stop condemning your indicator that's telling you need more connection to source energy. In other words, that's all it's telling you. Something you're focused on right now is not a vibrational match to who you really are. You might want to fill up with some better feeling thoughts so that you are more of a match to who you really are. So when you are realizing that your emotions are your friend, your emotions are letting you know what you are doing vibrationally. Your emotion is letting you know how full of who you really are you are, or how much you are pinching off who you really are. You know what negative emotion is? Negative emotion is how you feel when you've chosen a thought that your inner being doesn't agree with. If your inner being is in agreement with your thought, your inner being joins you fully and you feel full. You feel radiant, you feel clear-minded, you feel vibrant, you feel energy, you feel joyous, you feel passion, you feel love, you feel appreciation. When you are choosing a thought that your inner being and all that is source joins you in, you feel fabulous. But when you choose a thought that is you out here on your screwy leading edge, choosing something that is absolutely incomprehensible in terms of what source knows to be. Things like, I'm bad, or I'm unworthy, or I'm not blessed. Things like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough. Things like, I should have done something differently, and now because I have done something differently, now I'm in a condemned, unblessed place. When you choose those thoughts and you beat the drum of them, you just hold yourself out there in the darkness for a while. Not because light is not shining all over you, it is, but you put up your big umbrella shade and you're just keeping yourself separated from the source that is really you, from the source that is always beaming to you, from the source that is always available to you. Now, what you're hearing from us here today is we want you to stop beating up on yourself when you get yourself in that predicament, because it's only temporary. We want you to then stop in the middle of all of this and say, what's the best feeling thought that I can find? And when you stumble upon the angry thought that felt better than the thought of depression or grief that you had before, then hold your ground by saying, this is an improvement and I have done well. When you feel your progress, when you take that first step, then you can take the second and then the third and then the fourth. And then you come to realize that it's an infinite, always stepping.